Welcome to this episode of the Outsiders Podcast. If you're not following us yet, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you're out there. Probably saying something that gets us in trouble. Want to support the show? Head to outsidersstudios.com. You'll find membership options, merch, and more ways to stay connected to what we're building. Elect Exiles, Brett's podcast, solid theology, clear thinking, worth your time. Branden's Substack drops twice a week, Mondays and Fridays. It's where he works out what doesn't always fit in an episode. We've got a lot in the pipeline. Stay tuned, and as always, thanks for listening.
Dun, 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 dun. That was the intro music. The end of the intro music. I'm Branden Woodall. This is Outsiders Podcast or something. To my left.
What is happening?
You're welcome.
He started the show. Catch up.
I did the delay of the music.
Oh. I don't actually know what it is.
Dun, 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 dun.
So you're saying you actually listen to us?
Sometimes.
Anyway, Bryce Armstrong.
Sometimes.
Bryce Armstrong, to my left.
Andrew McKinley. And to my way far left across the table,
Jim Cole.
And we have, you didn't notice, there's no Brett.
Sad.
Weird.
Sad day. We are in his house.
But, yeah, we are in his house.
we're in his basement without anyone else in his home right now. Super normal, guys.
It's normal. This is what you do when you have friends.
Yeah. Is it weird for you?
I don't know.
The
But
first time,
I
the
would
first
like
time I
to-
met Branden, he woke up. I woke up and found him in my living room and didn't know who he was. So, yes, this is normal.
This
This is
normal
very
for
normal.
Branden. Yeah.
I am a squatter. Squatter's rights, Brett, if you listen to this. But we have another person in the seat. I would like to call him the Big Mac King, the Coca-Cola connoisseur. In another life, Newton.
What?
I feel like he's dropping inside jokes.
I am dropping inside
Okay,
jokes.
Okay.
And he has been a legend of the Outsiders podcast.
Perhaps a
He is
patron.
the only person on a merch that has been bought, and that is Dave Ryder. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
It is him. For years, we have talked about you, but now it is all solidified. Maybe metastasized.
Oh,
Do you even know what that word means?
gross.
But Dave Ryder, you and I go back pretty far, right?
Mm-hmm.
Way far back.
Tuesday.
Yep. I think it was Monday. I called you Monday.
Monday.
Called you Monday. It's the first time we've ever talked in our entire life. So now here you are, trying to fill a seat
Bread.
of bread. I think you did pretty good because you were both in transportation.
Yes. I'm currently in transportation.
Thank you.
Are you a bus driver too?
Yes.
Okay.
Part-time.
Part-time.
Whoa.
Which school district?
Homeschool.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That makes
That checks out.
that makes
Yep.
sense.
Kids
Yes,
are homeschooled.
We're here. Is there anything you would like to tell our listeners, Dave?
Welcome. Welcome to
Well-
when he does something random without talking to you first and says, drop something down. Okay, cool. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Shush. Let the man talk, Bryce.
Sorry.
Hello.
That's solid. I mean,
Yes.
Hello and
Part-
welcome.
Yes.
Tell our listeners about yourself, Dave.
Well, I'm Dave, as you know, and I'm a husband of one wife, like the Bible tells me to be.
good number.
So, yeah, great start. I have I have 3 children, 2 daughters and 1 son. I got lost there. And
Because of the crowd,
yeah,
the big crowd.
Mm-hmm.
and I really enjoy, pizza,
What kind of pizza?
pepperoni.
Oh,
Simple man.
that's it?
Yeah, pepperoni, cheese.
Don't be a
No
pizza snob.
pineapple though. Pineapple
Hey,
is
hey,
illegal on pizza.
I agree.
Come on, man.
Ask the Italians.
They don't have pineapple in that country.
Right? That should say something.
It's a tropical fruit.
There you go.
You live in Iowa.
We'd have no fruit.
What?
We have corn.
All of our fruit is dairy based.
Is that why I get sick every time I eat
Or
it?
soy based.
Oh, okay.
Soy beef based. Beef boys. Oh, hey, I have an announcement.
Oh,
Couple
boy.
announcements. That's a good one. It's good ones.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So when this episode drops, we will have an affiliate link.
oh, we already had.
We do. I just gotta get it to you. But it's for Logos Bible software. We'll make an official little tag for that.
Ooh.
And then what was the other one? Oh crap. Oh, we have some new merch up on the website. And you should go buy it. Because it's great. And it's a deep reference to an older episode.
It is.
But I think you'd love it. Can you describe it?
I would never wear it.
I think you should.
Andrew would wear it. You'd wear it.
I would wear it.
I actually haven't seen it yet, so I don't know what we're talking about.
You'd wear it. 100%.
It's simple. It's so you remember that time we mentioned the Christian t-shirt?
I take it back. I'd probably wear it. It's funny.
It just so it's a t-shirt. It's got our logo on the front, and then just on the back it just says Christian t-shirt.
That's all it says.
Nice.
All it says. I put it in bright colors too.
It was black.
Was it?
The shirt. It was a bright color.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. I'm
oh.
saying the shirt's a bright color.
Oh,
Come on.
I thought you meant the wording.
Where have you been?
You should put it in neon green.
Yeah, maybe.
It's already obnoxious.
But normally those shirts were obnoxious colors, so I put them in more bright, obnoxious colors.
Okay.
You should go check that out. Go check out our merch. Go buy a Dave Ryder's sticker.
I love that sticker. I have one.
That seems
It was me.
it was him.
My wife.
Hey Andrew, do you have anything going?
Oh my gosh.
I figured.
Oh, here put our music here.
Oh no!
No.
It's
Oh wait,
not.
no, later.
It's. I mean, yeah. It's trivia, but I don't know if it's game show shit this time.
Last time
It's
it was
good.
trivia, and I still put it in. I don't care.
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
it's
dun,
so
At this
long.
At this point, I just don't even
It's
care.
so long.
Yeah, but once we start filming, I want you to dance.
Okay, I can do that.
Ooh.
It has to be a different.
was your
dance,
idea.
Different dance every 2 weeks.
That makes sense.
Do this.
60 seconds.
Folks, I'm gonna get sweaty. Just be ready for it. Like you're gonna see a dry person start dancing and a wet person stop dancing.
He
bad.
says that, and I look at his forehead right now, and it is already glistening.
A little
and
sheen.
he hasn't moved
That's not true. I've been chasing kids since I
Okay.
got off work.
since I've seen you.
I've had stressful work today.
Oh, sorry. Do you need a hug?
Yes, but not you. Okay.
Okay, hold on. Insert music here. Well, that was great.
That was really long.
Long.
Always so long. All right. So, last episode we did some Thanksgiving trivia, which means it is appropriately time to do Christmas trivia
Yes.
Oh,
because of the creep. The Christmas creeps forward every year.
it does.
I already started listening to Christmas music.
Yeah.
Hobby Lobby.
Remember when you got so mad at Lance for doing that?
Yeah, I grew up.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lance.
I still haven't done it.
What?
I don't listen to Christmas.
That's because you don't have good taste.
I have one taste.
Trash.
You listen to the same things I
What
do.
if what if the Ramones had released a Christmas album?
I
did-
don't
they
listen to
did.
that.
Oh,
they
they did.
They have a
Don't
Christmas song.
I do not listen to the Ramones.
Well, you haven't been enlightened yet, so
All right, let's do some Christmas trivia.
Christmas.
Yay.
And we're talking Americanized, commercialized Christmas, not like biblical Christmas.
My
Okay.
favorite.
We assumed.
Yeah.
Based off of how you introduced it.
Yeah.
Jingle bells.
Yeah, like
Jingle
that stuff.
bells.
All right.
Which was originally written as a Thanksgiving song.
Thank you.
Yes, it was.
Yes, we learned
had
that last time.
Yes, we did.
What a bunch of learning.
Weird.
Hmm.
All right. Let's start with a Christmas movie question. In the classic Christmas movie, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, we're talking about the animated, like cartoony one, not the CG one, not the live action with Jim Carrey, the first one. There's a song describing the Grinch. And there are 3 words used to describe him in a row with alliteration. What are they?
Stink, stank, stunk.
You got it.
Nice.
I thought you didn't listen to Christmas music.
I don't. I watched The Grinch.
That was Christmas music because it was music on a movie about Christmas.
Okay.
Next question. In which modern day country was the real St. Nicholas born?
Oh, Germany.
No.
Poland.
Hungary.
No. And no.
It'd be really funny because he's fat.
Turkey.
Branden got it.
Turkey.
That's two. Yep. At the time,
Did you
it was
know that?
At the time, it was in Lycia in Asia Minor, but that is now Turkey.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
Logos Bible software.
Nice. Nice plug. All right, back to movies.
One of my favorite facts
Oh.
of St. Nicholas.
Yeah. Was it the punching and slapping?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great fact. I love it.
Punching heathens and
Yeah.
dropping off gifts.
Yep.
Yep.
Protecting children. Hitting apostates.
Nice. All right. Movie question. It's a Wonderful Life.
Ugh.
What happens every time a bell rings?
An angel gets its wings. I hate that movie.
I couldn't tell.
I hate that movie so
Yeah, but you're right. We got one more Christmas movie question here. In the movie Polar Express,
Another bad movie.
which
got any
actor
good movies?
which actor played 6 different roles?
Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why are you mad on all these?
I just don't.
Christmas movies?
It's not a good movie. I know people really love it. I'm sorry.
Fine,
It's
let's
just a hot
do
take.
fine another Christmas movie question then.
Okay.
Just for
Gremlins.
you.
It's fine.
That was no, it's Die Hard. So
Christmas movie.
in A Christmas Carol, this could technically we're talking about the book too at this point. It's not really a movie question. What is Scrooge's first name?
Ebenezer.
All right. I feel like I'm giving-
Ebenezer
these are too
Scrooge.
easy for you guys.
That was really good.
Which branch of the military runs Toys for Tots?
The guard?
The Marines.
Marines.
Dang it. If only I knew that.
If only you
Hold on,
know
hold
that,
on.
you would have gotten it right.
Say it.
The Navy.
I was gonna give you. I was gonna
Nope.
slice you in.
You don't have to do that.
I know.
I don't want,
It was too much work. I wasn't gonna do it.
was it? I don't want stolen valor.
Hmm.
Right? I'd be stealing that from you.
You would. Yes. Okay.
I thought that was funnier than it was going to be, but
It's just awkward.
well,
Keep it in.
it's cultural.
Keep it in.
What Christmas song was recorded by Jose Feliciano in 1970?
Feliz Navidad.
That's
right. I didn't know it was named that he named the song after himself. No. Crazy. That is correct, Bryce.
I want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Mm.
You're welcome.
The first artificial Christmas tree was made out of what?
Sticks.
That is the best wrong answer I've had tonight.
Sticks. That's great. Do you want to?
Wait, did we say it at the same time?
No. Do you want to keep that
Oh.
answer?
Yes.
Okay.
I like that answer.
It's still wrong, but I love the devotion to it.
It's outside.
Plastic.
No,
Polyurethane.
that is plastic.
Well, we can all try.
Made out of goose feathers.
What?
Yeah.
You.
Oh,
The
who put
wor-
that together? Seriously.
I don't know.
The
Someone who
worst.
hates geese.
Pluck, pluck, pluck.
The worst of the government drones.
And one, the worst part was they're still attached to the goose.
So you tell me just talk a bunch of dead geese?
Angry tree, angry tree.
Yes.
Now introducing the Gonzo tree.
It's just 12 geese tied together, all trying to kill you.
Oh, no.
and they'll do it too.
That could be a Sora thing.
All right.
Oh,
All right. Which country started the tradition of putting up a Christmas tree?
France.
I would have guessed America. Canada.
No. And no.
Oh,
An older country than that.
China.
Not that old.
oh, they make the trees.
Oh, that's
Was that a druid thing?
So kind of, yeah. So think Europe,
the UK.
Scandinavia.
Germany.
That's close.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think it was like
Did you do that on
I
purpose?
think it was a Gallic tradition,
Oh, okay.
and the Germanic people that weren't actual Germans but lived there first or something like that.
I need everyone to know he did not read that, and he just
It's
from his mind.
I was listening to Dan Carlin earlier today, so
Thanks, Dan.
got some hardcore history podcast in my brain. I don't know if we should plug him or not, so
I don't know who he is, so
Well, he's plugged.
it's good stuff.
Hi, Dan.
We appreciate your knowledge.
We do. All right, let's hit you with one more. All right, in the movie Elf, Bryce's favorite Christmas movie.
no.
What was the first rule?
Second favorite.
No.
Calm down.
You're the one freaking out. Tell me to calm down.
What's your first one?
Home Alone.
Oh, okay.
Die Hard Jr.
Junior really is.
In the movie Elf, what was the first rule of the Code of Elves?
The Code of Elves.
I don't remember.
Treat every day like Christmas.
Oh,
Treats.
you got a better one to end on?
What was the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time?
Gremlins.
Die Hard.
No and no.
Home Alone.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, that was actually
Home Alone 3.
my guess, but that movie sucked.
It wasn't even
Home Alone.
Kevin anymore. It was some
4.
other kid.
Home Alone 5.
Well, that's all the time we have for today, folks. Thanks for listening.
Oh, we
See you next time.
You know,
We're done
why
with the
was
podcast?
Thanksgiving better?
I don't know, man.
Because Christmas, bah humbug.
You are Scrooge.
Hey, you stink. Why don't you like Christmas, man?
I don't know.
I do like Christmas.
I'll be thinking about it as I drive home, and then I'll be like, "Oh, that would be really good to say."
I do that. Too.
Write it down while you're driving.
Yeah. Okay.
I got a pin for that.
While you're driving?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful life.
Is a bad movie.
I've never seen it.
As a professional in the commercial automotive insurance industry, I should strongly advise you not to write while driving.
Thank you.
Just saying. Please don't.
Okay, so you, Dave, you drive trucks,
Uh-huh.
but Andrew insures trucks.
I do not.
Oh. But he wants to.
I answer phone calls about people who own trucks and,
So you
and
can
need
call,
to insure
you
the
could call
trucks.
Andrew.
Andrew,
Yes.
I'm going to give you I'm going to ask for your number.
I'm
Okay.
going to give you my number.
give you my number.
And then
You
I'm going to call
me.
you.
And we'll record the whole thing.
My extension is 6832.
6832.
What's
That's
that?
really close to my extension. My extension's 6332.
I made mine up because I don't want to actually give that information out.
Oh,
I wish
Wow.
I
Like
had
you
It's the
just did.
I don't really
It's an
care.
extension. Like,
They don't
first
know
off,
the
you got to
full
know the
number.
phone number.
Also, like,
Yeah.
Where do you work?
yeah,
I'm
there
not
you
going
go.
to tell you. Yeah.
Exactly. No one knows.
Hobby Lobby.
Yes.
Not anymore.
Hobby Lobby Insurance.
We insure Hobby Lobby trucks,
Oh.
specifically. Christmas trucks.
Half of them are.
What? Half your trucks are Christmas trucks?
I would say at least half. First off, don't say your. I don't work there no more. But
Oh, Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
I was talking about your current
no,
job.
that's silly.
Okay.
Just like you are silly.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks.
This is how we segue into our brand new series.
Bum, bum, bum.
Wow, the Sermon on the Mount. Matthew 5 through 7. Boom, boom, boom. But I wanted to start off with this quote from Douglas M. Kelly. MD. You'll see why I have this here. But let's read it real quick. Andrew, would you read it for me?
Kelly says, you must admit the Nazis were a unique people. Kelly responds, they are not a unique people. There are people like the Nazis in every country in the world today. Then the radio host replies, not in America. And he says, yes, in America. Their personality patterns are not obscure. They are people who want to be in power. And while you say they don't exist here, I would say I'm quite certain there are people in America who would willingly climb over the corpses of half the American public if they knew they could gain control of the other half.
So although in this life we think that we are virtuous people, on the outside it looks that way, but on the inside we have a horrific disposition to be at the top of the food chain. And so when we read the Beatitudes, which is what we're going through tonight, we see that Jesus is calling us to a life that is very offensive to the cultural standard of any generation, because it calls us to be lowly and it calls us to be humble. And so J. Knox Chamberlain, I don't know how, Chamblay, I don't know how you say it. If you're listening to this, sir, please call us and we'll figure out how to say your last name. But in the Beatitudes,
Hey, call us to the phone number you don't have.
555-6567.
6, 7.
Don't put it on the show. Come
Too
on.
late.
No.
10.
Cut it out.
Yes.
Bryce,
Nah.
cut it.
Nah.
Bryce,
Or keep
cut
it.
it.
Only because it kills you, I'm leaving it.
Thank you.
Okay.
But in the Beatitudes, Jesus is pronouncing blessings, not issuing orders. He begins not with law, but with gospel. The Beatitudes, in turn, provide the essential basis for Jesus' words about law keeping. And so, before we dive into a couple of these Beatitudes, we must read the entirety of the Beatitudes, Andrew.
Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Rejoice and be glad, because great is your reward in heaven. For in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you.
So poor, mourners, the meek, and the hungry. So in the first 4 verses, we notice that blessings are being given to those in need. Like the ministry of Jesus, he makes it clear that he came to serve the ones we call lost or the outsiders. Matthew 9:12-13 says, on hearing this, Jesus said, it is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. But go and learn what this means. I desire mercy, not sacrifice. And for I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners. Matthew 5:3, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. So poor in spirit. So the poor in spirit recognize that they have no spiritual assets, right? And they know they are spiritually bankrupt. We might say that the ancient Greek had a word for the working poor and a word for the truly poor. And Jesus used the word for the truly poor here. It indicates that someone has to beg for whatever they have to get. And that everyone starts at this position. It isn't first blessed are the pure or the holy or the spiritual or the wonderful. Everyone can be poor in spirit. Spurgeon would say that not what I have, but what I have not is the first point of contact between my soul and of God. So Jesus is saying that those who fully recognize that they are spiritually bankrupt, who see that what they bring to the table is filthy rags, these are the people who inherit the kingdom of heaven. So, you know the word.
Pontificate.
There you go.
My first thought is just how, to consider ourselves poor in spirit matches up with any time in scripture where, like, if we're lacking in something, God's like, just pray for it. If you need wisdom, pray for wisdom, ask for it and it'll be given. It's like, this is our built-in, like, system of being blessed in a way. I don't want to make it sound transactional, but just that's what he built us for, is to be poor in spirit, so that we have to rely on him and come back to him, be drawn to him for every need.
Yeah, I don't know. We literally bring nothing to the table. And so I think it's in recognizing that, to be poor in spirit, to recognize I don't really have anything of that real value to offer. I can show up and do my best, and God fills in all the blanks and does all the real work. I think when we get to that, when we're thinking we have more to offer than we really do, I would say we're not poor in spirit.
Did you ask this question?
What?
How are we turning culture status quo on its head and opening the door for all the peoples?
I know I did.
Okay.
On Wednesday.
Okay, cool. Well, I guess the answer to that question, I don't know if you actually asked it, but
I did on some other notes, yeah.
I said we do that when we stop trying to make church a showcase for strong people and instead of make it a refuge for broken ones. The kingdom belongs to those who admit they're spiritually bankrupt, and that levels of every social class, culture, and status. It's not just for the elite. It's for everyone.
It seems like it's harder for people that think they have it all together to see that they're in need of something.
Yeah, there's neither Jew nor Greek.
We all come at the same point.
Yep, exactly.
We're not. No one's more special than the other.
No matter how much I think I am,
Yeah.
I suck.
Well, don't we all?
Yep.
You have something?
If you go clear back to the garden, right? Adam and Eve have this choice to make, and that is to either do it God's way or to do it their way. And by taking that piece of fruit, they said, we're going to do it our way. They probably didn't consciously think of it that way, but that's exactly the choice they were making. And I think standing outside, if you will, I want to do it my way, it's kind of the world's perspective. There's even songs about it. I did it my way. It's my life. And there's just of how I don't really need God.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you just miss out. You don't get those blessings.
I mean, that's what the world preaches, is my truth, my way, whatever I feel. Gotta go take like a whatever break. What's it called?
A cold plunge.
Cold plunge. That's not what I'm thinking of. No. That you could probably do that during this thing.
Not a bad idea.
I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, just
You take a sabbatical?
it's like
It's about.
it's like me time, but
Oh, yeah. I don't.
Oh,
Yeah.
you go find yourself?
I don't know. I can't really. Sure. Yeah.
Dig into the.
A walkabout?
No, it's a roundabout.
In
Oh,
Branden's introduction to this, he said, this is very contrary to the world that we live in, and it really is. But on the other side of the fence, though, if you come into the church, and you start doing well, you start to think of yourself more than what you really are, and then you start to think that you really have something to bring to the table, and we really don't.
No, it's a really dangerous place to be. We've seen it quite a bit, and I feel like I've seen it a lot, where the people have such a big head about who they are and their importance, and they just think that whatever they say is so important that it's so much better, and it's more godly and it's more biblical, but it's not. And you're not better. I'm not better because of the things I think or the things I believe. It has everything to do with glory to God and nothing about what I say. My words mean nothing. And it doesn't matter what you're trying to say. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, just thinking about poverty, it's not like a one-time thing. Like you're poor in spirit when you come to Christ, but then it's an ongoing poverty. Like not a point where you become there's not a point where you become not in poverty. Like you grow in Christ, and then you realize you're even more sinful than you actually understand, and then you get more poor and more poor and more poor, and that's why Christ becomes your greatest treasure, because it doesn't just realize how much you need him.
That's probably the best place that we could be in, and sadly, I think sometimes it's the last place that people want to be, because like you were saying, like finding our identity, which I mean, we all have a calling of some sort, right? We all have a general calling to go make disciples, but there is something that God has specifically for us as individuals too. But if we're just trying, I think if we sidetrack and just try to find the thing that we're supposed to do instead of being poor in spirit and living in that and like dependence on Christ, then it becomes idolistic, right? Like it becomes like that thing that I'm trying to find to be, that status, that title, that one thing that'll bring me joy, quote unquote. Then we're off track totally. Like we're just depending on like really, really shaky ground.
And the reality, it's kind of like a trap. It's like set before all of us as we go forward in our walk. And it's almost the more successful you are, the more likely you are to fall into that trap, to think that you are more than what you are. You have something to bring.
And I think it's pretty ironic that some of like the like Christian living books are right next to the self-help books, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they kind of mix at this point. And you have to be careful. It's like if God's going to give you your destiny, or was it your best life now, right?
Yeah,
that's not good. That's not helpful.
I really don't want it to be now.
Yeah.
I'd rather have the next one be better. So,
Yeah. But
that's actually the deception in the garden too.
It really is.
Is it true that you can't eat from the trees of the garden?
Did he really say that? Yeah. Are you sure?
he didn't mean it like that.
He couldn't have meant that.
didn't be like that. That slithery snake.
Yeah, no. We can eat from the trees of the garden. It's just this one.
Yeah.
Which is just one, right?
One, right? You got the whole
Everything
garden.
else.
And the one you're worried about, it's the only one.
That's
one.
that was the test they did on a bunch of like 3-year-olds. They put them in a room and said, you can have all these toys, but don't push the red button on the wall. And every kid presses the red button.
Because sin is rampant
Because they were
from birth.
It's pervasive.
and the kids that they didn't tell about the red button, maybe like 20% came up out of curiosity and pressed it. The kids where they said to the group, don't press it, every one of them presses it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, you guys want a hot take?
Yes, always.
The thing that human beings have been the most willing to die for centuries is the thing that is the problem here. What are we willing to die for in almost every war?
Money and power.
I mean, yeah, sure, but I think that people would still protect their life over gain sometimes, but freedom,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
that's the one. Anytime the bigger conquering country comes for the little guy, there are people that are like, I'm willing to die for freedom because it's better than being under this rule.
Yeah.
That seems so noble. That seems like the hero move, right? But like, I mean, it's kind of not.
Yeah.
It's kind of, you know, if you're willing to throw your life away because you'd rather do that than be under someone else. Now, I know sometimes that someone else was cruel and evil, corrupt. There's a lot of things. I mean, I think about like, you know, all the Greek cities and states that Alexander the Great, you know, rolled through. There were so many that, like, I think it was is it Thebes or I forget which one, that like they had been like loyal to his dad, and then when his dad died, they're like, never mind. Then he's like, wait. And so he showed up and he's like, we could still have the deal, and they're like, no. And then he destroyed them, like to the point where they said the destruction was basically the same as an atomic weapon, like the level of destruction of the city.
That's
like no building was left except Alexander the Great was like, don't tear down the temples, don't tear down the homes of this family, because their great great grandpa was a poet who wrote nice things about my dad or something like that. So, weird rules he had. Yeah. But I mean, all those people were given the chance to just basically say, yeah, Macedonia is still in charge of us. And instead they're like, nope, we're gonna fight you and like go to war with this significantly more powerful army to just say we want our freedom.
Yeah.
And I mean, we did it. We revolted against a king from across the ocean because we didn't want to pay taxes and other things. And I mean, if you look at like what the Bible says about how to treat your leaders, whether they're good or bad, we kind of did the wrong thing. I'm not saying I regret it, but like,
yeah, I like being free.
yeah, I do too. But we kind of were sinful in doing it. Like it's
we're already free.
Yeah.
Again, the garden.
Yeah.
Why did they choose to do it their way?
We don't want someone in charge.
They wanted to be in charge.
Yeah.
Right? We can govern ourselves. We don't need God. Jesus said, those who lose their life will find it, and those who find their life will lose it. It's the same concept. It's about freedom. If we turn our will over to God's will, if I give up my freedom to live life the way I want to live it the way God wants me to, right? He's saying that I will literally find freedom in that.
That's something I've been wrestling with, like these last couple months, of how much is sin more of a slave master to me?
We think it's freedom.
Because it's like, and I talked to a guy that would claim that he's not anywhere close to being religious or anything like that. And I was like, so you mean to tell me you want to go drink? So you're going to drink a bunch, get drunk, and then one mistake can lead to a life of consequences for you. And you can apply that to anything that you can think of, right? Like you can say, like you be like when we talk about our 7 deadly sins, right? Like, so gluttony, I can eat whatever I want as long as I want, but then at some point in time, it's going to wear down on your body, which is not good.
Yep.
Or we can get. I'm not going to get into lust, but like we can kind of all put that together, But so that seems more. I'm enslaved to that. And it seems like Christ is saying, you're free with me. You are light. You're like, your burden is light because I hold that burden, which would make us more in poverty because we have nothing to hold because we don't need to hold it. And so it's like, I want to live that way. I want to be more free. I don't want to be more enslaved to my sin. So how do I do that? I don't know. You cut things out. You're intentional about how you live. And you're intentional about what you bring in. And so, but it's always this battle, this internal battle. Like, yeah, but the world says this is okay. Like this isn't necessarily bad. It can lead to something. It can always lead to something worse because we're always like left to our own devices. We're always going to choose to do the easy thing, and we're going to do the thing that makes us not like stick out in the culture. Because if you're living a way that Christ called you to live, you're going to stick out. It's going to be noticeable, and then you're going to have to answer to why you live that way. All right, so the kingdom of heaven. D.A. Carson says the kingdom of heaven is not given on the basis of race, earned merits, the military zeal and prowess of zealots, or the wealth of Zacchaeus. It is given to the poor, the despised publicans, the prostitutes, those who are poor. They know they can offer nothing and do not try. They cry for mercy, and they alone are heard. So the kingdom of heaven will be filled with those who our culture says are rejects, who have nothing to offer, who are fools, morons, disgusting, worthless. And so how are we turning... Oh, yeah, I think you answered that question. How are we turning culture's status quo on its head and opening the door to other people? I think, for me, that means our churches should be a little bit more messy, because we're not rejecting people that are coming in. We're open to all people, and we're going to willingly walk with people through the really hard things.
That's the ironic part, because it says, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Yet what we see in a lot of churches aren't preachers that are poor in spirit, but they're boastful in spirit, and they're flaunting their riches, and they're acting like clowns on the stage. It's just so contrary. It says it right there, poor in spirit. You would think that what you see in a church would be men and women who recognize that they are deeply desperate, not men and women who come into a building and then they just, I don't know what they do. I mean, they go in and they sing and then they leave, and that's it. Because they have riches, and I think that's the danger of riches. It gives you this false confidence and false kingdom, like a self-kingdom.
Yeah.
Not the kingdom of heaven.
Because we want kingdom down, right? We want kingdom here and now. The here and the not yet. And because that kingdom is freedom. Like you said, Dave, what's going on that it's gotten to the point where we're so comfortable just to kind of do the actions and not do anything else besides that? And why is that being spewed from the pulpits?
Because it's the nice to hear.
Yeah.
And it brings in money.
Yeah.
Yeah, the itchy ears.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's clean and easy.
I don't think it's all that intentional. I think we just fall into the trap.
Intentional for who?
Or
The people sitting and listening, or the people speaking?
I think on both. I really do. There are those that are very intentional, and I think sometimes the intention, though, is unintentional. That sounds kind of dumb, but
No, bad track. That makes sense.
when you think of the idea that we want to present ourselves as a place where the broken come, okay? So I push the idea that we know you're broken and you can come here. Right? It sounds good, except for the whole idea is I keep telling you you're broken, which is true, right? But then I end up in a place where I'm drawing people who feel sorry for themselves. Instead of relying on Christ, I'm coming to a place to get fixed. We're being intentional, but it's almost unintentional, some of the results we get. The reality is, no matter what path I choose, it's filled with traps.
Yep.
And I think the only way to avoid that is to always be having conversations with people around us.
Yeah. So Matthew 5, verse 4. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. So the ancient Greek grammar indicates an intense degree of mourning. And so Jesus does not speak of casual sorrow for the consequences of our sin, but a deep grief before God over our fallen state. So this mourning is the godly sorrow that produces repentance to salvation. Paul described this in 2 Corinthians 7:10 that says, godly sorrow brings repentance that leads to salvation and leaves no regret, but worldly sorrow brings death. That verse that says worldly sorrow brings death. It's two different sorrows here.
Worldly sorrow is just that there's this constant disquiet within people that is just a worry about how things are going all the time. And I think that maybe it's not as intense as that, like, stricken grief over, something tragic, but it is constant and it is always burrowing a little deeper. And
like a constant buzzing.
Yeah, except it's sharp and it eats at you, and it kind of digs out and plants in you, and that's a heart killer eventually. Because what you do is you carry that as stress, and then you bottle it up, and then you just have a heart attack one day. And it's a condition of not having eternal hope. And so I think that unless you have hope in Christ, it's just kind of the norm for everybody else.
It's almost like sorrow that's not dealt with.
But there's no way to deal.
Yeah,
there's no way to deal with it. Yeah. So you should learn to
cope.
To adjust to it.
Can I say godly sorrow puts God at the middle, in the center? You know what I'm saying? So there's a sorrow about my state or the conditions of the world that I live in. There's this sorrow about, but it puts God in the middle of all of this. Okay. Mm-hmm. Worldly sorrow puts me in the middle.
Cool.
That's good.
Because, so I'm sad because of my life. I'm sad because I don't have what he has, or what I'm sad because they don't include me in this group over here. I'm sad because go on and on and on. But it's all about me. And until we let go of me, that worldly sorrow it will kill you. Yeah. To the point of suicide, literally.
Yeah.
But it's all about me.
I don't think the church helps in that either. The modern day church, the majority of worship songs, and I'm putting worship songs in quotes because they're all me focused. It has nothing to do with the Lord and praising and worshiping him anymore. I shouldn't say at all, but like the majority of these songs have to do with me. And Bryce
needs to put his disclaimer that he always speaks in superlative.
I do speak in
it's always like this.
Always.
Yeah, doesn't mean he thinks it's always like this.
I don't think it's always. I do think it is a majority of songs. So
yeah.
There was a good period of time where like 5 years ago, I completely stopped listening to worship music because I was just wrapped up in a world where every song I was thinking was a great song praising the Lord really was just talking about me. And I didn't know what to do with that information. So it was probably like 6 months to a year before I really listened to any worship music after that. Not saying I stopped praying and reading the Bible, but like just the music side of it, just so I could dump everything I had learned for years about what worship music is, and to relearn a love for what it should be, and that is praising the Lord and glorifying him, and not me. Not at all me.
Yeah. That was a hot button for me for a long time. I kind of go back to the writer. In other words, what was the writer thinking? Because I think lots of times the writer was probably or potentially was right on, and this is where they were at, and this is what they were struggling with, and this is what God did for them, and so you have that. But once we make it public and everybody's singing it, and now it loses everything. It's corporate, right? And now it is about me, and we're not thinking through the song of what's really being said here. We're just glossing over the top of it.
Yeah.
Think about psychology and like therapists sometimes. I think about like therapists, like they get in that ditch of self. Like they'll tell you that the answers are in yourself, and that the reason you're this way is because your dad was mean to you, or all this stuff, and they don't get to the point where they have you realize that you are the problem. That the reason you're not mourning is because you're blaming, like Eve. No one's going to mourn if none of the problem is on themselves. Like if my mom's to blame, why should I mourn over what I'm doing? Even though everything I'm doing is my decision, why should I mourn because my mom is to blame?
It's not like you're a grown adult and you can start taking ownership of yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's not just it's in the worship music, and then it's in the way that we go for help.
Right. And it's such a big thing right now. Therapy is a huge thing. Like I would say mental health stigma, like the whole stigma has been massively turned upside down, and people are owning the fact that, we do suck, we do need help, but we're going to the wrong people. We're going to get wrong information, and just like you said, like they're all telling us, hey, yeah, it's your dad's fault. It was your uncle's fault. It was someone else's fault that you are the way that you are. And yeah, dude,
You can't help it.
yeah.
I think we should make the little disclaimer to make like we're not cheapening. Trauma's a real thing, and there are
Heck no,
unique
I'm not
situations. Yeah, I don't think you are. I just want to make sure that
Yeah, thank you.
no one's
I'm
taking it
not-
that way. That
I got lots of
there are real situations that are unique. I think sometimes as a public large group of people with a desire to be victims, because we all have that a little bit, we probably put that on ourselves for things that are smaller sometimes. So I'm not trying to invalidate anybody's like real issues that you do need to go see someone for. Please do. We're not trying to say don't. But
I have my own very deep traumas that
Yes.
you know about.
I know something.
So
I know
Andrew-
where you're
Andrew
coming
know-
from. So-
Andrew knows where I'm coming
Yeah,
from. Yes,
so-
I
but
have
I
very
think-
deep trauma from my past.
Yeah, and
And-
so we want our listeners to know, like, it's like if you need help, go get help.
Please go
don't
get help.
Please don't hear this as don't get help. It's your fault. But like anything else, it needs balance. There needs to be a balance of like, is this a situation that is because of a deep-seated trauma for your past, or is this something you don't want to own up to, and you're finding someone to give you an excuse for it?
Yeah.
I think both things happen. We need to be mindful and responsible with the help that we get.
I've been an advocate for going to like a counselor for the last year and a half. I've been going to one.
With the right counsel.
Yeah. He's been
right person.
Yeah, the right person. He's not like patting my back and making me like, oh, it's your dad's fault. I'm like, well, my dad hurt me and Dave.
Well, I think the important thing is for like trauma and stuff, like sin is so deadly and deep. Like, okay, that sin, like your sin is you, but the trauma is from sin of another person. So this sin is like we have to come to a point where we realize that what we're dealing with is what Christ came and died for.
Yeah.
What we're dealing with is something so serious that it took the Son of God to take care of it. So when you put a person that is trying to handle their trauma in front of another person who's not pointing them to the right source, you're saying, if it took the Son of God for your sin to be dealt with, what do you think a therapist that's telling you the answer is in yourself, or the answer is blaming your parents? That's not the answer, because the answer was the Son of God had to be slaughtered so that way you could be forgiven, so that way you could look past this life and whatever has happened to you. And he didn't have an easy life. He suffered and suffered and suffered to the point of death. If he did that for you as a listener, he has provided all the answers, because he's not a savior that doesn't sympathize or empathize, whatever that word is.
Both.
But he knows exactly what you've been through. He knows. But if the therapist is giving you the wrong answer, you're not going to have the right outcome. You're going to be in more problems, because then you're going to be angry, bitter, and and then your trauma is just like, you really have no way to handle it. You really have no way to get through it.
Yeah.
Because
Really good.
So they will be comforted, right? That's the second part of this verse. So those who mourn over their sin and their sinful condition are promised comfort. God allows this grief into our lives as a path, not a destination. And those who mourn can know something special of God, that the fellowship of his sufferings, a closeness to the man of sorrows, who was acquainted with all of our grief. Philippians 3:10 says, I want to know Christ, yes, to know the power of his resurrection and participation in his sufferings, becoming like him in his death. And Isaiah 53:3 says, "He was despised and he was rejected by mankind, a man of suffering, and he was familiar with pain. Like one from whom people hide their face, he was despised. And we held him in low esteem." So we all mourn over something and we all need comforting. And so how can we help those who are in deep anguish over sin and despair?
As gently and kindly as possible, point them back to Christ.
Yeah. We don't fix them. We sit with them.
And don't make it mechanical, and don't make it something you can do the same every time, because it's going to take thoughtfulness, nuance. It's going to be different every time. Be ready to have to puzzle it out a little bit each time, because it's never going to be the same.
I think the closer you get with people, and the more, I would say, I think we said it on Monday at BSF, the more you step into the arena and you say, I'm gonna do the things that God has called us all to do, the more you see how broken and messed up everyone is, and how much we put on a mask of I'm good, we're good, I just got a little bit of problem. And then it's you get in and it's disgusting. It's just that sin has made, I think of Venom, the symbiote. It's consumed this person to the point of
Taking over their entire being.
you pull up a rock and you just see all the nasty things underneath of that rock.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa. All right. And then reminding yourself of man, the rock right here on me, you pull it up and you can find something just as disgusting. And so it's okay, we're here. Let's walk through this. But it takes time. It takes patience. It's not it's not like a pill with a quick fix.
In Romans 1, Paul talks about when God removes his hand, all these things are going to happen, right? And it's just this one sin after another. Romans 2 says, "Oh, but you're guilty of those things." So it's kind of Paul is almost setting us up as we're reading through it. We're setting up the Corinthians, or the Romans, in those verses. But what I'm saying is yes, underneath, right? I got a plank in my eye. I shouldn't be worrying about the speck in yours,
Yeah,
right?
Right.
And to what you were saying, we don't bring anything to the table. So if we're going to step into it, we got to come with the reality or the realization that this is a God thing. I'm going to show up and do my best. That's it. and my best is exceedingly inadequate, but I get a front row seat to see what God's going to do.
I like that. I like that. I like that visual. That's a better place to be, though. It's I get to see the action right in the front.
Yeah.
And then that should make us more humble and ready to praise God when those things, when stuff breaks through.
It's fun.
And then just be I had nothing to do with this, but I got to be here and see it,
Yeah.
I love that. So it's walking, it's being patient, it's being quick to forgive, it's being quick to show mercy.
Galatians 6:2 says, "Bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ."
There's going to be points in time. There's going to be points in time where someone's going to bear my burdens more than I can bear their burdens, and that's what you have grace for. And that's what you have mercy for.
Yeah.
No.
That's what friends are for too, man. Good Christian friends.
Uh-huh.
You bear each other's burdens. You go through seasons, they go through seasons, and you bear the burdens. And sometimes some of us are really stupid and prideful and don't want to talk about it. And
Are you talking about somebody?
myself.
Oh, I thought you were
Well, I guess you too. I guess. I really wasn't talking about you. I really was talking about
I
myself.
know.
You do the same thing.
I know.
You do the same thing.
You guys need to be more humble like me.
Yeah. Well. No, but
Please.
we're called to be there for each other. We're called to bear each other's burdens.
But then we have to admit we have burdens, right?
Right? That's called getting rid of your pride. I know. I suck at it. We've been over this. I know.
Yeah. So to end the episode, blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. So biblical understanding of meekness is power under control. Matthew 11:28-30 says, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest, and take upon my yoke. And you can learn from me, for I am gentle and I am humble in heart, for you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." So gentleness and meekness are seen as being weak or even inactive, but Christ was the example of humility and service to others rather than being aggressive and demanding. So those who choose to serve rather than demand service tend to reflect this characteristic on their family, on their friends, and even strangers. And so how can we be quick to serve rather than be served?
I remembering the one who served us first. We fail miserably, and Christ washed our feet.
Yeah, I like that.
I think that's it.
Is that
He
it?
said the whole thing.
Well, Mark 10:45, the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about meekness, though.
Then don't ask that question.
I know. I'm just saying. Because it goes like meekness and being lowly can be like a better place to be to serve others, because you're not thinking highly of yourself. You're looking for every opportunity to find someone to help. So how can being meek, how can being like lowly be a good thing for us?
I think it has to do with the second part. You shall inherit the earth. You can be patient and content through mostly anything, as long as you know that what comes after it is worth the wait. So you can be willing to wait for the good. I think the reward is what the hope, like the living hope, what we have. Like put your mind on things above where your life is. That's Jesus Christ. So our life isn't here. So we can serve people because we know that after this, this isn't our life. Like this isn't it. Like I can give my life away because this isn't my life. This is just, what do I have? 80 years maybe, and then I die. So since Christ cleansed us from all of our sin and he paid for our future hope, which is a living hope, which is to come. I mean, you can do anything with that much. You can be as patient. You can be the most patient man if you know that, sure, you don't want to clean the dishes or whatever weird thing, and you get that irritated feeling like when you want to do something and the baby's crying. That's just like real life stuff. But if you know that what you're here for is to draw people to Christ, to make them more like Christ, or serve your wife and serve your kids. I mean, but if you do that, you're doing that with the mindset that all of it, all the work, like in 2 Corinthians, all the work is seen by God. Everything that you do is seen by God, and there's reward, and then you get eternal life. So you're really not wasting anything. You're not really losing anything either.
Yeah.
I think in a worldly perspective, humility is seen as a doormat.
Yeah.
Right? But I think in a spiritual perspective, humility says, I need God. Pride says, I don't need God. And I think when we look at David, I love David's as a picture in this, because here he's a mighty warrior. And God says, this is a man after my own heart. Right? That's hard to put together because we know humility is high. But David came to a place where he knew he needed God. Period. No matter how much of a screw up he was, because David was
The king of screw ups.
He really was. He really was. And so here's a man that just messes up all the time. But there came a point where he didn't do anything until he went to God first and asked, because he knew he needed God. Yeah. And there was one story in the Bible where his men were about to kill him, and he needed to make a decision. And he decided to do nothing but go talk to God. And this, of course, the story ended well for him. But the point being here is, I think we put humility in a biblical perspective, and that's I need God just as much as you do, or anybody does. They just may not know it yet, and sometimes I forget.
Yeah. I got nothing else. Anybody else? Final thoughts? Final comments? Well, Dave, how can we plug you?
Plug me.
Yeah.
What do you want to plug?
You've got a thing.
Your Substack.
Oh,
You got
yeah.
a thing.
I don't know.
What's your Substack?
What's your Substack, dog?
Everyday theology.
How many times you post?
Usually every Monday, but sometimes I get random thoughts.
Yeah. They're really good. Real good.
What's the name of it?
Everyday theology.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm a little slow.
It's past your bedtime.
Way.
Are there spaces in there?
Or the what?
Are there spaces in there? Don't.
Every space day, space theology, or is
No, it's
Every
every
day.
day and then theology. But there's no space between every and day. It's every day.
I'm gonna. I was for the listeners. I read it. It's fine.
We'll get a link.
All right.
Yeah, I'll get.
We'll get
it's for the listener. I'll link it.
Yeah. We appreciate you coming on.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well,
Father, Son, and Spirit, give us a heart to care for those in the margins, to show grace to those who are difficult, and to love all we come in contact with. Amen.
this is my Outsiders podcast. We'll see you next time.
That was uncomfortable.
That was really painful.
Hey, bye.
Thanks for listening. We love you.
Bye.
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 I hit the wrong button.
We got to start over?